Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Keeping Up with Anna, and today I'm gonna talk about home. Where is home? Have you ever sat down and wondered, what is a home? Where is home? Where do you call home? As for me, this is where I define as home. Home is a place where when everything else falls down, when everything else is not working out, when everything else in the world is falling apart, somewhere I can just go and feel relaxed and have hope of tomorrow and be at peace. That's where I would call home. How many of us have a home? Where is your home? Sometimes home is not a house. Sometimes home is a person. Who do you talk to and you feel at peace? When the whole world is falling apart, who do you talk to? When the whole world is against you, who can you call and they won't judge you and they wouldn't take offense in you? When you're feeling down, when things are not okay, who do you call? That is home to you. Guys, I just sat down and realized I don't have a home. I don't have a home. I have a person I call and I feel like everything will be all right. I have a home, a person home. But a home, a place I can go to when everything else is falling apart. Because let's just be honest, if you come from a toxic family, when the whole world is falling apart, trust me, you don't want to go back there. You don't want to go back to your family. Because they will remind you that you are a failure. They will remind you that you're not it. They will say hurtful things to you. And instead of being at peace, you will also be in chaos while at home. So guys, there was a time everything else was falling apart on my end. That was my business, my relationship, my friendship. And I really felt like I wish I had a home. I wish my mom was that person I could just take my phone and call and feel like everything is gonna be all right. But she's not it. Unfortunately, she's not it. She will be busy blaming me. She will never encourage me. She doesn't even have that time. So she's not it. I really wished I could just take my phone and call my father. But he's just not it. He wouldn't even have time to listen. Unfortunately, he wouldn't even give me an ear. And I wished I could just close my house and just go back home. And then I remembered my sister at some point went back to my mom's house, and the things she went through there, the way she was narrating what she was going through, I was like, I can never do that. Let me just stick to my house. Let me just live here. I wished I could close my house and go to my father's house, but he is married to another family. He is married to another wife. He has other kids. I can't just go and start intruding in another person's family. And at that particular point, I felt, oh, wait a minute. I don't have a home to go back to. This house that I am in right now is my home. This is where I come back to when everything else is falling apart and I feel, at least I'm back here. At least I made it back home. But in this home, I wished that I had a home. And it's at that particular moment I felt, if I ever have kids in future, I would want to be their home. I would want to be the first person they take that phone and call when everything else is going haywire. I would want to be that person they call when they are going through breakups, when they are going through exam hard times, when they are going through the tiniest of things. With any little misfortune, I would want my kids to just call me and tell me, this and this is happening. I want to be their hope. I want to be their home. And I really want to build a very big house for them, for my kids, so that when they go out there and they get married and the marriages fail, they can always come back home. When they go out there and they take apartments and they can no longer pay their rent, they can come back home. I want my kids to, when they go to school, they just wish this school thing can end so that they go back home. I really want to be home to my kids. Not only me as a person, but the building. I want the building to be home for them, the shelter. And then I want my heart, I want my being, my whole being to be a home to them. I want them to come to me when everything else falls apart. I want them to go out there, experience and explore life when they know they have somewhere they can always come back to. I want them to open businesses without fear of it can fail, because they know if it fails, I can always call my mama. That is me. They can always call me and tell me, oh my God, mom, I used 1 million to open this business and everything is falling apart. And I can just tell them, come home. Come back home. Because home there is always food. Home there is me. And home we have the 4 walls, the building. I really want to create a home for my kids. I want them to go out there, marry without fear of this marriage could fail and I could be homeless. No, I want them to go out there, marry the love of their lives, and then have kids. And I will let them know that if all fails, if everything crumbles down, they can always come back home. They can always call me when my son goes out there, gets married to this woman who he doesn't understand. I want him to always pick his call and call me, oh mama, this woman and this is happening. I don't know how to handle her. And I would tell him, don't you worry, come back home. I want my daughters to go out there, explore life, and when everything else fails, they can always take that phone and call me. And if they cannot reach me on phone call, I have a building where they can call home. I want my daughters to face a man and tell them, if you don't treat me right, I'm gonna go back home. I want them to be out there with the courage of, if a teacher tells them something mean, they can always be like, I can't wait for this school to end so that I can go back home. I want them to be out there partying, and instead of concentrating on the party, they're like, I wish I never came to this party. I wish I was with my mom. I wish I was at home. I miss my bed at home. I want them to be in campus and in those 2 hostels, and they will be wishing, oh my God, I miss my bed back at home. I wish my mom cooking for me. I wish I can be home. And I pray to God that I get a man who is homely so that we can create that home together. And that's what I'm looking for in a man. A man who can give me a home. A man we can call a home. I want a home, guys. A home for me. A home for my husband. A home for my kids. A home for my friends. I want my friends to feel at home when they're with me. I want when the world is falling apart, my friends can call me and feel at home. I want them to tell me anything I want them to even tell me I murdered this person, and they can still call me and feel, oh, yeah, she can tell me what to do. I want to be that person. I'm not telling my friends to murder anyone. We are not murdering people here, but you get the point. You get the point. Are you getting the point? That's what I want to be to my sisters. That's what I want to be to my friends. I want to be a home, guys. I want, when my friends are going through the worst out there, they know they always have someone to call. Not necessarily in a financial way, but I pray to God I get so rich that they can always call me with their financial burdens. I want them to tell me I need 100K urgently, but more to finances, I want to be a home. I want them to call me when everything else is falling apart. I want to have a big house that I can accommodate anybody and their dogs. I want a big house that I can accommodate people with their cats and their kids too. When everything else falls apart for my friends, for people, my acquaintances, I want to have a home. I want them to find a home in me, guys. Where is your home? Who is your home? Who do you call? Where do you go back to? If you got married today and the marriage failed, where would you start life? Would you be comfortable there? Or would you feel at your lowest while there? Would you just wish I can just get out of here, get my finances together and get out of here? Do you have a place you can just comfortably be you? Comfortably just be. Comfortably just exist. And be okay. Not being okay. I know I don't have the finances, but I can eat here. I can sleep here. And I will be at peace here. And nobody will shout at me. Nobody will make me feel small. Nobody will just judge me. Do you have that place you can go back to? All your homes, when everything else is falling apart, you fear that I don't want to go back home because people will be judging me. My parents will be cursing me every morning I wake up. They will be reminding me I am a failure. Do we have homes? Would you want to have a home in future? Or are you creating a home? What are you doing to be a home to your friends? What are you doing to be a home to your siblings? Are you a home? Can people rely on you? Are you the peace that people need when everything is falling apart? Would you want to be a home? Do you have a home? Are you creating a home? Where is your home? Guys, that's it for today. Think about it. Do you have a home? What is home to you? Bye, guys.